Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I am a full-time reseller and today I want to show you the goodies that I found as well as take you along with as I hit Savers. I go to Savers in Tucson probably once a week. I'd like to go more, but timing wise, that's the day. I hit it on Thursdays. It's 25% off everything. Mondays is 50% off everything, but this store is it's crazy. They also don't put any new goods out, so you can never get new baskets. So I'm not a big fan of Mondays. I mean, if I was going strictly for personal items, for clothing and stuff for the kids or the family, yes, I would be there on Monday. But for the reseller side of me, I just wait till Thursday and do it all then. The filming is going to be a little bit wonky. I'm trying to learn where to put my chest strap. I had an over-the-shoulder, like, full harness, and it was pointing too far down. So then I got the magnet clip. I'm like, okay, this will be good. But then it was too far up. So we're learning. I've got to figure out what to do with being a woman and getting this, showing the footage at the right angle. So bear with me as you're going to be staring at the ceiling because my angle is going to be off a little bit. But stay to the end because I'm going to give you a recap of everything I did grab. When I'm at Savers, I take my time, and I usually lap that store a couple times. So thanks to my amazing husband, brought a video that was probably an hour and 20 minutes down to like 20, 25 minutes that you're going to see. So I know it does cut back from some of the content, but I don't know anyone who wants to sit and watch me walk a thrift store for an hour and a half. So we kind of brought it down to a lot of the highlight reels and less of me lapping the store, because I'll go back to electronics and then I'll go to home goods, and then I'll go back to electronics, and then I'll go to the collectibles, and then I'll go back to electronics, and then I see a cart, so I chase that, and then, yeah, I'm all over the place. So anyways, I hope you enjoy that footage, and then I will see you back here with a haul video. Enjoy! All right, so let's head into Savers and see what I can find to flip on eBay. Grabbing a cart, that's of course the first thing we want to do. And head over to the collectibles section. So I noticed some Christmas stuff, and right up top is when I see the Mr. Christmas. Let's grab it right there. Mr. Christmas Nutcracker Suite. This catches my eye. It's right at the top shelf. So this guy here, I do a quick comp. I'm trying to see, I should have plugged it in while I was in the store, but I figured for $7, I'm just going to grab it. Of course. Google Lens to the rescue. Find out what it's called, and then take that information over to eBay. We don't want to take the pricing from Google because it's all over the place. Filter to sold. And here we have it. If it works, $300. That was definitely worth grabbing. So here we see a Wi-Fi range extender. And we're getting comps of $20 to $25. So I'm trying to find that exact model. So it's got that button up top, but I just went ahead and grabbed it. So let's take a look at some games. In this first round, I didn't see anything. Sorry, the camera is just pointing up. I need to figure out my mount situation better so it can point forward, not up, not down. Because today you get the view of the roof, of the ceiling. So let's head back to my favorite wall of mystery. It is just the wall of goodie bags, and just see what I can find back there. So we take a look at the sporting goods, and I'm hoping my camera points down, and it doesn't. We've got some roller skates, inline skates, rollerblades, that's what they're called. So there were a couple pairs down there. This one that I'm holding seems to be the best quality, the best condition. I went ahead and put in some comps. See what they are worth. And we're getting, okay, that one was auctioned for 45. So between like 40 and 50 bucks. Those ones were 70, 60. So I went ahead and grabbed those. Now we find another pair, but this one is not as nice. Yeah, we're looking at like 30 bucks. I'm not finding the exact ones, 30, 25. And what they wanted for them, it wasn't worth grabbing. So let's take a look at this lovely wall of mine. I love this wall. They just throw lots of random stuff in bags, and it's just fun to grab it. So as always, I grab the ones that get my attention, put them in the cart, and then look them up after. So here we start finding a couple Apple laptop chargers. So one of them is OEM, Apple brand, and the other one is a knock. So I grabbed those speaker covers, grill covers, and then those two power cords. This sonic alert bed alarm, grabbed that just to see what that was worth. And these, I had no idea what it was. Vivu. So I'm Googling it, I'm Google Lensing it. I have no idea what this is until I finally just Googled the brand, and it was some kind of pee test. So I don't know if it was a drug pee test or what, but there was some kind of pee test, and it wasn't worth much. And it's possibly with like not medical, but any kind of personal items. You got to watch expirations and stuff like that. So I went ahead and put those back. But right now I'm looking up that bed alarm. It shakes the alarm to get you out of bed. For people like me, that's very hard to wake up in the morning. And then here I'm trying to look up these speaker grill covers. Is that the right word I'm calling them? My husband will laugh at me when he watches this, but speaker covers, and I went ahead and grabbed them. They're JBL. I can't find the exact ones, but I don't want to spend too much time trying to find it. So here again with the OEM cord, I'm going to just look it up and see if it's worth grabbing. And as I'm watching this, that head TIS6 bag, that might have been worth grabbing too. I don't think there was a racket in it, but the bags actually hold their value. So, yeah, I went ahead and grabbed that one, but I left the no-name brand behind. And here we spied a cart. I followed her from the other end of the store. And this guy in front of me in the orange, oh, he kind of like cut me off, which frustrated me, but I went ahead and just dug myself right in there and just started grabbing because it's dog eat dog out here. So a lot of these are actually still sealed, but nothing of value. I grabbed so many of them. If you see one there that looks like it would have been good to grab, please let me know. So I grabbed some of these. You can see it was clearanced at whatever store for $3. But I went ahead and just grabbed a stack, set it in my cart. Like that ratchet one, that should have been worth something, but it wasn't.
Right on, look. If ma'am, if you're looking for some more, if you got Xbox games, 360s at the
Oh, fun.
and PlayStation 2s and regular PlayStation games at the bottom.
We got PlayStation 3.
Yes, we do.
They're all up here, man. Up there?
Right up there.
I took the stack, I looked up the stack. I think this is me putting it back. I found a couple other sealed items. Any media that's factory sealed, I always grab it. It's always worth looking up. Some of it's good, some of it's not. So, like this Aliens, I thought for sure that was going to be worth something, and it wasn't. It ended up going back, but that's why it pays to always look stuff up, because when you think it's going to be good and it's not, at least I didn't buy it yet. So roughly 30 bucks.
Oh,
Why do we start looking up some of these games? Oh, my camera's too low. Sorry about that. Like $3 to $5. I put that back. $8.
Find anything good on them?
Not really.
Do you play them or no?
Resell some, play some.
Okay. No.
But they're brand new, so
Yeah.
twice worth checking.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sure. Oh, so you're a reseller on video games?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, everything?
Anything and everything.
Okay. Welcome to the resale program. I got one. No, I don't have it. Again, what is it?
And now this giant stack goes back.
Oh, no, it's
Right. So we're going to check out some of these Apple devices up here. And I am, thank you. But I can't see. But we're going to take a picture. And then my blind eyes. Zoom in. So these used to be worth some. So if there are multiple of one item, but the prices don't match, even though they're the exact same item. So that one says 25. Did not want to be on this camera. One's 15
They're different colors,
and 25.
which means they're probably different people priced them, which means they didn't even come in at the same day.
Would they possibly match at the front?
Probably
Or
not, because it depends on the condition of what something is. You know what I mean?
It looks pretty.
CDC tests it. So.
All right. Well, I'm going to ask anyway. Doesn't hurt. Thank you. So I spot another cart and take a look inside. Nothing really catching my eye. I grabbed all three of those routers. What I was about to say was that they used to be really good value back a couple of years ago. So it pays, or it's you have to always look up items as you go, because prices change so much. And those routers used to be 50, 60 bucks, and now they're like 20, 30. So luckily it was 25% off when I paid the 15. So I'm not out too much, but back in the day, those used to be a lot hotter. Same with this Imaginext. These big Imaginext pieces, they used to pull in over $100. So I see this giant T-Rex up top. I'm like, surely that's got to be something. And if we're talking $20, $30 on eBay, and that thing is huge. It's huge. It's probably like 2.5, 3 feet wide. So I left him behind. If it was going to be for personal use for my son or something, it would have been good. But he's got enough toys. The guy in the Pokemon hat. He cracks me up. He always has a different hat on every time he's working. I always take a look at the toys. Sometimes there's some good stuff. So then we head back over here by those bins that were brought out. That's where all the new carts come out. And just give a quick peek at these bags and any of these board games.
Morning.
purses, rarely do I find good purses here at Savers, but I go ahead and just take a quick peek. And this right here is a Petunia pickle bottom. And these boogers are expensive because I wanted one for when my daughter was little, and I still have it, I think, but it's a very, very expensive diaper bag, and apparently they're not so expensive anymore. I think it comped out in the 20s, which I think I paid over $100 for mine 7 years ago. So I think the pattern definitely matters. This one, it was showing, I don't know. Okay, that's the available. I didn't even look at the sold because they were already, prices were dropping as I was scrolling. Question for you.
Yeah.
So you have 3 of these. None of them have power, but this one's priced at 15. They're identical. They've got all the same model, but these 2 are priced at 25.
Let's see, when did this one?
So they are different colors.
31. Yeah, it's just because this one we got in first, so like a week or two beforehand. So they just probably. Did you want all 3 of them?
I'll take all 3 if you'll do the 15.
Yeah, I'll print out different tags for you. Okay.
Thank you. We went ahead and blocked out any employees because they had asked not to be filmed. One employee did. So my husband went ahead, and if they were an employee, we just blacked them out. Blenders. I do like nice blenders and kitchenware. This one is heavy, and usually the heavier it is, the better it is. So I looked up this model, and unfortunately it wasn't worth grabbing, but you'll see here in the comps what I was looking at. See what you I couldn't spot the model number at first. Let's go to sold. 50 sold. And everybody's parting it out. And the ones that are keeping it whole, $30 free shipping, $50 free shipping. Yeah, that's definitely not worth grabbing. They wanted $25 on that. That Pioneer Woman Instapot. I love it because I have that one. I bet it was worth something, but it's big, and I didn't feel like shipping anything that big. So I'm back at the power line or power cord line area looking for power cables to go with those routers. So that's a great trick, and one of the employees actually told me to go back to the wall and see if it had any matching cables. So here's another Wi-Fi extender. This one's not as nice. That wasn't even what I looked at. I think I was looking at that neck gear. Sorry. Now I'm going to look up the extender. There's our available. Yeah, they're already down at the $5 to $10 mark. So this router, this Netgear one, I do end up grabbing. That's a Wi-Fi 6, and that is the latest technology, and those are the ones that are going to be worth value. Right now, I have so many of those Nighthawk, which was the older technology, what used to be high-end, and now those are just sitting on my shelf, and these, it's still a Nighthawk, but it's the Wi-Fi 6, and that's what you're looking for to be of value today. Because most people don't want to pay for older technology. The prices are all over 30, 40 bucks. 50 with the box. That one went for 70, 50 free shipping. So yeah, it was all over the place. But if I could find a power for it, which I'm kind of spying, I do look up that thing too, that TP link, and it wasn't worth grabbing. It was just a Ethernet port. But I'm looking for the power that goes to this, because sometimes if it gets mixed up in the back, they'll just put it up on this power wall. It fits. We want to double check the wattage. So I'm making sure that the wattage on the power cord is the same as the wattage on the router. So that's what I'm double checking here, and they do match. I forget what the wattage was, but they both took the same amount or amp or whatever that number is. It's on a power cord. You don't want to start any fires by giving them the wrong power cord. If it's too powerful or not powerful enough, it can mess up the equipment. So it is a match, and that's why I went ahead and grabbed it. And here is where at the very bottom, I spy some Bose speakers. How these are still sitting there is beyond me, but I definitely grabbed those. Checking if it needed power. That's an amateur mistake, that rookie mistake we've all made. Buying something without its power cord, but these just go to your computer. So your computer becomes the power for it. And I'm just looking all over to make sure that the port, that it doesn't actually take power. It just goes to your computer. Google Lens to find out the model. Now that I know what it's called, Bose Companion, something, something. Went ahead and grabbed it. Back over to the new bins. I'm always spying this area. I think I come back to this wall, or this corner,
Oh, pardon me.
like 3 times while I'm in this store.
Yeah, you're right.
Here's Mr. Pikachu dropping off the old bucket, and I am looking at some shoes. So these were just funky looking. They're kind of, they remind me of those 5-finger running shoes. These are Merrell, so they are running shoes, but they were actually in pretty good condition. So I'm checking them out, putting in the model number, seeing what these are, because usually if it's weird and different, it's expensive. So went ahead and put it into Google Lens. I can't tell you enough how much I love Google Lens. So now it's telling me they're called Barefoot Vibrams, which is, again, very similar to those 5-finger ones. They're like shoes that wrap around your toe. I couldn't do that. It's like those toe socks back in the day. I could never do those. They felt weird. Like my toes had wedgies. Let me know if you ever liked those toe socks. People liked them because they like hugged your toe to make you warm. I thought they were weird. Alright, so here we go. We're looking at some comps. That was a 40, 30, 40, 40, 24, 25, 26. Yeah, we're getting closer to the 20s, so I left those behind. Then we find these neon colored bike shoes. These are Specialized bike shoes. That's the brand, and they are expensive. This brand in general is expensive. So anytime you can find anything of this brand, it is always worth looking up. I'm trying to find the actual model of it. So I'm just doing a couple little searches, and I'm not finding exact. I think I go back to Google once or twice to try to find the name of that model. But the fact that they're bright colored, there we go. There's the last one, brand new, 125. But that bright color, I should easily be able to get 60 bucks out of. Again, looking through bags. I'm always hoping to find a Lululemon in the wild, just because I love those bags, but I've yet to see one out in the wild. And now it's time to check out and pay. Okay, thank you so much for watching that. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun filming, but as you can see, the angles weren't great, and I've got to work on where I mount that. So if you have any tips as a female wearing a chest harness, let me know, because I kept having to adjust it because it was falling down, but then I feel like it would have just been shooting on this direction. And I don't know. I've got to figure out this filming thing. So anyways, I'm going to show you the things I grabbed first before I hit Savers, and that was at my local thrift store. There were 3 things, well, multiple of one, but 3 main things that I grabbed at my local thrift that made that trip worth it. Timberlands that are hella clean, crazy clean, and these guys are $6. And they are, what size are these? 8M. So these are a ladies 8, and they are. I'm doing a video. What are you doing here? It's fine. Okay, so those were a major find. I always go to the electronics first when I do my local thrift, and then I always go back the second time. So again, with what I do at Savers, I always go back because they're always putting new inventory. So this, it's a little dirty. I'll just take a Clorox wipe to it. It is, they thought it was a printer. They didn't test printing. It's a DVD recorder. And I paid $4 for it. has the power, and these sell, I think, for right around 40 bucks. Okay, then remote bin. They had just restocked the remote bin, okay? I grabbed 8 remotes. The thing with remotes is they range from like a $2 flip to a $10 flip. Some are like 30, 40. And then the rest are amazing when you find really good ones. The best remote that I found was this Logitech. Logitech does not make remotes anymore. And I don't know if they make anything anymore. I guess mice and stuff. Okay, they don't make remotes. And this is an absolute remote bolo. If you can't find like the mattress ones, those are amazing. Sleep Number, Tempur-Pedic, those remotes are like top dollar. But these Logitechs are amazing. This one I paid 25 cents and its sell-through rate was through the roof, and I'm gonna sell it about $150. Amazing. So then after my local thrift, I hit Savers. So let's go over everything that I found there. First thing, it's gonna be this Mr. Christmas. I don't even know what it's called. Nutcracker Suite. It was one of the first things that I found there. It's right in the Christmas aisle. It does have some cosmetic flaws that I didn't notice in the video or in the store originally. It wasn't until I was loading it to the car. There's a chip here and a little bit of a crack there. And then I couldn't test it because, or I guess I could have, but I didn't test it. It was only $7. Yeah, $6.99. So get home, test it up, and it doesn't work. The little motor inside that spins the scenes doesn't work. A couple of the little figures are broken. But because it's such a high end, if this worked, it's a $300 machine. It's a $300 piece. Because it doesn't work, I'm probably going to go like $60, $70 and just sell it for parts. But I think for $7, I'm still going to sell it for parts. So that was a really good find. So in no particular order, because I don't remember the order that my husband edited that video. So it is, we're just going to kind of go over everything then. Roller skates. These were super clean. And I looked up the model. And it's a US men's 12, which is a good size. And the wheels, this is how you can tell if it's a high-end pair of roller skates. I keep saying ice skates. Is when the wheels turn for a while. If they're the cheap ones and you go to spin it and they stop right away, you know they're cheap skates. So these are, I don't know if I'd go as far as pro, but they're a higher end roller skate. So they were worth grabbing at $16, but the 25% off on top of that. Okay. We found some, were these there? Yeah. Bike shoes. Again, super clean. And I was a little hesitant on these, but at $19, 25% off was at $12, $13. Again, they were just super clean. And this brand, Specialized, is a bolo of bike shoes. So I grabbed them. Okay, we found lots of electronics today. That was kind of my jam. We got the Netgear router. I think I had power in here. If not, I'll get power for it. But this was $7. That was worth grabbing. And then you saw these little guys. These were fun because one was priced at $14 and the other ones were priced, or 2 others were priced at, I think, $25? Something like that. So the 2 of them were higher than the one. So I asked. It doesn't hurt to ask. So I talked to a manager and they went ahead and price matched because they were the exact same thing. The other 2, because I was buying all 3. Then I run into my friend that works there, not personal friend, but friend through Savers. And he's like, oh, did you check the wall to see if there's any power on there? I'm like, why didn't I think of that? So I went back to the electronics wall and found some Apple power cords. So yes, I paid for them. So, but these were crazy cheap. So I wasn't going to go and ask them to bundle it because I already got this really cheap. So $4, 25% off. I paid $3 for one. This is another one. I don't think this one's OEM, but it's got the same size cord. This was $3 on sale. And then I still need to order 1 power cable or see through my power bin, because I always have a bin of random power cords, and see if I have another one. So $15, and these are like $70 routers. There was somebody, I don't know if it's in the footage or not, but there was somebody who had asked me what they were. And I'm like, yeah, they're internet things for Apple. So those were a really good find. These wall extenders, these are kind of my little bread and butters. They don't sell for a whole lot, usually about 15-20 bucks. But when you can find them super cheap, this particular one is actually a higher end one. $4, that was a no-brainer. This one I took a little risk on. I couldn't find comps. I got to figure out what speakers it goes to, but they are JBL. That is a very nice brand of speakers. So we've got 4 grill covers. Yeah, there's 4 for these speakers. So somebody out there is going to need new grill covers when theirs get dented or lost or whatever. So for $4, I took a risk. I haven't looked these up again since I've come home from the store. So that'll be easy to look up. And then at that media, the new cart of all that media, tons of video games. I spent probably 20 minutes looking through all of those. I scanned some, I typed some in. So many of them are not worth it. They're very low end. They were selling for between $5 and $10, and Savers was wanting $5 a piece on them. So it wasn't worth grabbing, but there were a few that were worth grabbing. So this one here, these Beetle collections, volume 1 and volume 2, they were $2 each. That was worth grabbing. Hopefully we'll get a comp up on the screen. You can just see that. Time Life is my jam. If you've followed me for any time, I love Time Life collections. I've got 2 others that I just picked up this week. And this one for $2. This is an easy 30-40 bucks. This is brand new sealed, and I love it. So Time Life CDs are serious bolos. Okay, we found a couple power adapters. There was one in the video that was a knockoff. This one is OEM, has the Apple logo on it. So I grabbed this one at $5. It's probably only worth 20 bucks, but I went ahead and grabbed it because it's Apple. This is another factory sealed from that media cart, DVDs of Star Wars. And again, factory sealed for $5. That was easy. And I think this was the 3rd time over to the electronics, I spotted this on a bottom shelf. Okay. I'm like, what in the world is this? Pull it out. It's Bose. What is the #1 audio gear to buy when you can find it cheap? It's Bose. Come on. This is like, they keep their value like none other. So this was $8, 25% off. And the funny part is this little guy, this volume control, is worth the most out of all of it. I think this guy was comping at like 30-40 bucks by himself. So even if these speakers don't work, this little guy is going to pay for the whole thing. But I'm sure they work. Bose makes quality products. So $8, 25% off. What else do I have in here? This might have been one of the remotes from that bundle. Okay. And then we have power for my Logitech. So that one did have power. Okay, so that's everything that I found at Savers and my morning thrift. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will see you on the next video. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.